Communication in the complex and diverse world of today is a necessity, given the nature of the constantly shifting linguistic and demographical landscape. One cannot deny the important role that communication plays. The continent of Africa is home to a diverse range of languages. With a total population of about 1.34 billion, this region holds some 2,000 languages in its folds. As new languages emerge and old ones die out, exploring these languages is an interesting task on its own. Other than a number of languages, English is also one of the languages spoken in the region, and there are a significant number of English-speaking countries in Africa. That's why, today, we shall be taking a look at the 10 best English-speaking countries in Africa. Number 10. Zimbabwe. In addition to English, Zimbabwe is a country that has 15 other recognized languages. The English language was officially adopted in Zimbabwe during the colonial era. In the colonial period, the English language was used extensively in the education system as well as within the system of law. Bantu, Shona, and Sindebele languages are the widely spoken native languages in the country. Shona is the language spoken by 70% of the country's population, while Sindebele is only spoken by 20% of the people. The other Bantu languages spoken by the country include Venda, Tonga, Shangan, Soto, Kalanga, Nambia, and Ndau. Despite all these languages, Zimbabwe is still one of the best English-speaking countries in Africa. Number 9. Zambia. The official language in Zambia is English, which is widely used in schools as well as for official business. English was declared to be the official language under the colonial administration. This meant that the language was used in education, government, business, as well as society. The most commonly spoken language of Zambia is Nyanja, which is spoken in Lusaka and Tonga, while Bemba can be considered as the second most frequently used local dialect. The country is home to a mix of 73 languages, which include Lozi, Kaunde, Lunda, and Tonga. Number 8. Liberia. Liberia, as with many other West African countries, has English as the official language. Since the time of the country's establishment, English has been the most used language. In Liberia, more than 3 million people speak an English dialect known as Pidgin. Due to the English influence on the language, none of their native tongues have an official mainline. It is believed that the Gola, Mel, Kru, and Mande dialects are the only indigenous languages spoken in some communities. Liberia is therefore one of the best English-speaking countries in Africa. Number 7. Sierra Leone. English language is the primary language spoken in Sierra Leone. It's been that way since the time that the British assumed control. The government was aware of the influence the Bangladeshi forces of peacekeeping had on the nation before 2002 and designated Bengali as the official second native language of the country. Even though English is officially the language of the country, Creole is still the second most commonly spoken language in the country. In addition to Creole, Sierra Leone has approximately 18 native languages. Mande, Temne, Kisi, Fula, Kono, and Kuranko are among the other popular languages spoken in the country. Number 6. Kenya. Kenya is an African country located in the continent's eastern region. Kenya is famous due to its abundant wildlife as well as recreation opportunities, attracting a huge number of English-speaking visitors. English as well as Swahili are the two official languages of Kenya. Although Swahili is Kenya's primary language, English was introduced during the colonial period when English colonialists controlled the nation. Kenya has several ethnic groups that speak their languages and can communicate with each other. English language as well as Swahili are used for interaction with other people to varying degrees. Number 5. The Gambia. The Gambia is a nation that speaks English as its official language. The Gambia is among the best English-speaking countries in Africa. The British introduced the English language to this country during its colonial rule, from the time of colonization until independence in 1965. The Gambians have a primary language, Wolof, which is spoken widely. According to the World Atlas, Wolof is spoken as a first language for approximately 18% of Gambians. Mandinka, Sera, Jolafonyi, Minankakan, Sine, Monjak, Pula, and Soninke are some of the other languages spoken by the indigenous people of the country. Number 4. South Africa. To many Westerners, this is the most well-known African country. It has a significant English-speaking population which assists in spreading the language throughout the country. English is among the various official dialects spoken in South Africa. When the English gained control over the Dutch in the 1800s, they expanded the English language across the nation. The country is situated in the southern part of the African continent, and it is one of the best English-speaking countries in Africa. Other languages like Afrikaans and isiZulu are spoken in South Africa. Additionally, the country recognized 11 official languages. Number 3. Uganda. English is the nation's official language, despite the fact that it is one of the 40 languages spoken throughout the East African country. English is widely spoken and comprehended by the majority of the people. Among all the Anglophone countries in Africa, Uganda is widely thought of as being one of the best English-speaking countries. The country embraced the British model of education, and English is used to teach children in Ugandan schools. The English language is also the primary language in the country. However, the majority of the population is fluent in more than 60 different languages. Number 2. Nigeria. Nigerians use English as their official language. In the colonial era, British colonists introduced and established the English language as a second language. Nigeria is a West African country with a significant English-speaking population. In different areas of the country, especially in urban areas, English or Pidgin English is the predominant language. Nigeria is one of the best English-speaking countries in Africa. The structure of the country's administration has been divided into 3 main zones, each one of which is controlled by one of the 3 major languages, which are Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. Edo, Ibibio, Urhobo, Kanuri, and Fulani are just a few examples of the most important indigenous dialects spoken in the country. Number 1. Ghana. Ghana, like many other West African countries, has English as the official language of the country. Ghanaians took over the English language from the British during the colonial era. English is used today to aid in government and media communication as well as commercial purposes in almost every part of Ghana. Although Ghana is an Anglophone nation, the bulk of its inhabitants still speaks their native language. Ghana is hands down the best English-speaking country in Africa. So there you have it, explorers, the top 10 best English-speaking countries in Africa. Do y'all agree with this list? Or you think we forgot to mention any country that deserves to be in this list? Don't hesitate to share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads regarding the interesting continent of Africa. Thanks for watching this one. Catch you all in the next.